Hello everyone, I'm so glad you came back. Now, I welcome you to a new series. I wanted to start something that also speaks about my own hobbies, my own interests. So, I want to start a new series on my channel, a series that will be more about introspection, about analysis, because this is a topic that has been really important for me lately. I've been developing it over the years, and this is an art that I personally have perfected over the past few years. It's called face reading. So what does that really refer to? If you have just opened this video and if this video is pretty new or if it's pretty old, and I don't know, maybe you're familiar with the concept of face reading, or you haven't ever heard of this term before, well, you're right in the right place, because I want to explain to you, to make you all a little more comfortable with this new concept, which is we'll see how new actually in reality it is. So face reading is like, what comes to your mind when I say face reading? Reading a face, right? That would be the most logical answer that would come to anyone's mind when one would ask what face reading is about. Well, face reading wouldn't refer to exactly as reading emotions from the face or facial muscles, but rather reading the features of the face, like palm reading, where you read the palm the way it is, the way it looks, the lines here, the shape of the fingers, and so much more. But face reading here refers as reading exactly as the title says, reading the features of the face. So today we're going to dive into this topic, and I wanted to dive into my hobby, to explore it and analyze Resident Evil characters, because Resident Evil personally is one of my favorite games, and I'm just really excited, just as excited as you guys, to share this information. So, to get things started, in this very first episode of face reading, I wanted to start off with face reading Ada Wong, which I also have prepared a script. So here, I don't know if it's my right, because usually the camera flips the view. This is my right here, probably your left. We're gonna see. This is the script that I have prepared on Amino, because Amino is usually the app I post my creations on. And as you can see, here's the script. The first time ever I have used it the way it is. But now I also printed it, as you can see. So I'm going, because it's a lot easier for me to read from a script, I'm going to use this as I have written my main ideas here. So I don't, so I have a direction in my speech, because I'm still practicing with this public speaking abilities, and I want to also grow more accustomed to this idea and this practice too, because I usually, when I like to develop something, I like to work it on broader areas and expand it from more than just one direction. So let's see. Mysterious, pragmatic, and focused. Ada Wong is the first girl to make the entry to the face reading journey I planned. This episode is only going to be an analysis based on her eyes, so this is not going to be an entire face reading. But as the title suggests, this is going to be an episode dedicated and solely focused on her eyes. So who knows, maybe her eyes hide more than we're expecting. We're going to reveal all her secrets in this video. So in simpler terms, we are going to Ada Wong from Resident Evil 2, so the first Resident Evil right here. It's not really the same Ada Wong from Resident Evil 4. Ada Wong from Resident Evil 2 has more qualities, her face has softer qualities, if you have noticed, while in Resident Evil 4, her face has taken a more sharper qualities. We're going to dive into it and understand what that means right away. So, let's dive into it. Ada's temperament is harmonious, well calibrated, despite seeming sly or schemish. However, she is not ill-intentioned, or at least not by nature in Resident Evil 2, because we already know. So this video is going to be Ada Wong in Resident Evil 2. In the second game from the franchise, Ada Wong has, even though her job requires her to be an agent, someone that's secretive, someone that has boundaries and keeps things to herself, keeping them hidden from potential enemies, protecting the superiors she works for, and other dangers. This is going to be a factor that has influenced her throughout the games and impacted her broadly. And this is what has shaped her character. So in Resident Evil 2, because she has softer features, that will make Ada a possessor of a balanced judgment. And she is not the type to make a choice on a whim. Her decision-making style consists in carefully measuring the matters that are at stake before making her choice. This adds to her inner wisdom, which isn't visible at first glance, making her a perfect candidate for a job where she is needed to handle sensitive information. This feature is going to be taken, displayed from her eye shape. Her eye shape is almond eye shape. It's when the eye doesn't have a sharp look to it, but rather a softer one, not round, but more of an oval shape to it, as you can see in the image. Second off, based on what we can tell from how nice and wide the window of the eye is in Resident Evil 2 compared to Resident Evil 4, where her eye window has narrowed, and we'll get to what that means in a second. As the saying goes, the eyes are the window of the soul. Ada doesn't keep all herself to herself. So in Resident Evil 2, even though she has tied herself to a job where she needs to be, it's all about secrecy, it's all about keeping things to herself, it's all about not scams, but it's being a spy. It's a job that requires versatility and this more chameleonic demeanor. So she needs to be very versatile and sly with the way she handles herself and the information that she gathers. And in Resident Evil 2, when she has just started her career, we can see that her eye window is more open. This kind of people, the people that have this feature are more open towards and receptive towards their environment. They're more curious. They're willing to learn more, and they generally are very friendly and quite pleasant to be around. Now, in Resident Evil 4, her eye window narrows. That means that her window of the soul also narrows. This means she won't be as open-hearted as she used to be in Resident Evil 2. She won't be as good-intentioned. So this can be also shown in the relationship with her and Leon in Resident Evil 2. There's a lot of playful exchanges between them. There's a lot of this kind of friendliness, friendly teasing demeanor between them, and that changes drastically in Resident Evil 4 when the exchanges between Ada and Leon become more short, and not just short, but of course with the passing of time, with the hardships that both of the characters have bore and have affected and shaped both of the characters, they're both going to come out as changed in their own personal ways. And her feature affects Ada in the way that she's not going to be as friendly. She's not going to come off as open and as easygoing as she used to come off in Resident Evil 2. Because she's no longer a rookie, like Leon was. I mean, how many of you have thought when you have watched or played the video game of Resident Evil 2 and have thought, this girl, looking at Ada Wong, this girl is probably a rookie just like Leon? Because I was one of those people, okay? I was one of those people, and I think her face plays a major part in that thing of influencing the viewer to think that Ada was at the very beginning of her journey in her career as a spy. So, second off, so when we're going to talk about the openness of the eye, we said that the wider the eye window is, the more open that person is going to be, right? Or the more open that person is going to come off as. So the round undertone of the almond-shaped eyes denotes the openness of the heart, thus giving her a generous attitude towards relationships and an open and carefree attitude towards her life, as I said before. She can be seen very well in the constant power play between Leon and her, with the dynamic of their first encounter. This is symbolic, because throughout the games, both of them are going to grow as characters. And both of their faces change every game, and that also means something based on the undertone or the theme of the game. And we're going to talk about later in other episodes. We're going to read Ada Wong's face from Resident Evil 4. Finally, her gaze is showing this warm glow of a present soul. Now, we are talking about the quality of the eye, the quality of the gaze. So when we talk about the quality of the gaze, we refer to... So I want to show you something. But you probably heard of the term dead eyes. This is what this refers to, the quality of the gaze. So dead eyes are more like this. I don't know, I can show you on my own face, but I can also give you a bunch of photos for you to understand what I mean. So it's like when the lid lowers and it touches the pupil of the person you're looking at. So it's more of a sleepy gaze, like this, if you can notice that difference. It's small but perceptible. So we can see that on a few celebrities. I can show you some examples of that. And in Ada Wong's case, from Resident Evil 2, it's a pretty high quality of the gaze, and that means vigilance and a good eye for the beauty of life. So people that have life in their gaze, they don't have dead eyes. They don't have dead eyes. Do not like have more of a open gaze like this. They're going to enjoy life more. They're going to be more empathetic and connected to their environment. She has a clear thinking, because this also refers to the quality of their judgment, their thoughts, meaning how present-oriented the thoughts are. So if a person is more stuck in the past, like people that have depression or mental illnesses, or people that have, mental illnesses that involve thinking towards the past, or a matter that it's dragging the person down, like a person having values that don't sustain them, unhealthy values, like negative thoughts or the values that are supposed to put them down, that is also going to influence the quality of their thinking, of their judgment, as I said before, because that was what I was referring to, and is going to show on the face. She's present-oriented with thoughts that come and go and do not linger on her mind. We're not talking about obsessions here. That's a whole nother topic, but it's not her case here. In Resident Evil 4, this quality of the eye has diminished, which means something too, but I will go over that in another video. So what does it mean when a person's life quality has lowered, has diminished, is something else entirely. And we're going to talk about in another video what happened to Ada in Resident Evil 4 and what does these small changes in her face mean. So I'll see you soon in another video. If you would like to leave a like down below for the video for me, it would mean a lot, because I put a lot of effort into these videos and it means a lot. And I would appreciate it most if you would be thoughtful and kind enough to do that. Of course, a subscribe is just as well appreciated, if not more. And thank you so much for being here and staying by my side in this journey. So I'll see you soon in another video, and I hope you have a good day or night. Bye bye!